I bought this car when it had over 120,000 kilometers on the clock. However, there's nothing to show for that, guys. The car is good, it's very reasonable price wise, it's very affordable in terms of maintenance, and the running costs are next to nothing. It's a very practical and reliable car. In this review, guys, I'll be sharing with you what's good about the car and why you probably should consider it as well as a used car. I will also share what are the common problems that I've experienced while driving this car. So, without further ado, let's go. Kia Picantos, guys, they have passed the test of time. I mean, they've been around for decades, and you rarely see someone parked on the side of the road trying to canica their Picanto. So that's a good sign. Number two, these things are all over town. There's a Kia Picanto almost everywhere. So that tells me that owners are happy. Plus, probably maintenance costs are gonna be very low. Exterior looks wise, I personally like how the car looks. It's got a nice look. It's unisex. You can drive it as a guy with no issues. I mean, those fog lights at the front just give it a sporty look. You can drive it as a female as well without feeling out of place. And it's a nice and compact five-door hatch. Look, although the car looks small outside, now once you open the doors, you realize that actually this car has enough space inside. Surprisingly so. You can sit five people, three adults. I've seen more than once three adults sitting at the back seat. You can also lay down those back seats so that you get a little bit of more luggage space. It's got electric windows at the front. It's got a radio. It's got air conditioning. Just make sure you check and test it, obviously, before you buy the car. It's got anchor points, fixed anchor points for car seats. It's also got some nice safety features as well, which might be useful for some people. At the front, you also have cup holders, two for the passenger, two for the driver, which I think it's very useful, for driving around town. The other thing worth mentioning via practicality, this car is so nice and easy to park since it's compact. You won't have issue going into tight parking spots or even jumping into your driver's seat, knocking the other car when you have to open doors. You most probably gonna always have enough space to open your door and close easy. So Kia has compromised in terms of boot space, and I think that's where now the compromise is when you buy this car. There's almost no boot space. So if you're someone maybe looking to travel with family or friends, you most probably gonna have to install a roof storage box. So there is a way to work around it, obviously. Okay, let's check out the engine, guys. The engine, it's a 51 kilowatt 1 liter 3-cylinder engine. However, vibration and noise wise, look, on idle, this thing is really quiet. You won't have any issues. With this one that I have in particular, when it's on 1,000 to 1,200 revs per minute, the vibrations increase a little bit. Otherwise, noise and vibes are absolutely okay in all other places. And this is mounted to a 5-speed gearbox. And look, this car, it's got a nice gear ratio and it always has enough power when you need it. Yeah, this car, guys, it's got enough power. Now let's take it for a test drive so you guys can see what I mean when I'm saying it's got enough power to go. Yeah, I mean, this has enough power for such a tiny car. See, cruising, when you're at cruising speed, guys, look, you are up sitting between 3 and 4,000 revs per minute. So it won't be consuming a lot of fuel. Most of you are probably here for the problem, so let's get to it. First of all, the problems that I found are just unique to this particular car that I bought. And first up is the windscreen washer. The nozzles there on the windscreen washer, guys, they were not working. As you can see, the windscreen wipers are just running dry when I'm trying to wash the windscreen. But that's a very minor issue, easy to fix. And then number two, the clutch pedal. I immediately noticed when I bought this car that the clutch pedal is tight. I don't know if it's like that, or maybe I need to plan for a possible clutch replacement very soon. I'm not sure about that. I'd love to get some comments. You guys tell me what's your experience with your own Picanto. And then problem number three, guys, which is an inherent Kia Picanto problem. I've seen a number of Picantos with the fuel pump leaking. So this baby here, how I discovered it is that the car started smelling petrol big time, and then when I traced the smell, I found that this cover here, it was a little bit wet, and then when I opened that hole there, I realized that there was petrol leaking from the pump. So I had to replace the whole pump. My warranty covered the pump. However, if you had to do it yourself, you would need to spend about 5,000 rand. As you can see, I got a quotation from Kia. So to do that, you'll need to open that cover, and then you'll see that there's the pump there. And then, particularly on mine, that pipe there, it was leaking fuel. So it's an easy replacement. You can even DIY it. Look, these are actually minor issues, guys. Besides all of this, the car is absolutely okay. Even though it's an old car, it's reliable. It's not a sports car. So if something breaks, then you won't spend a lot to fix it. But just make sure you carry out your regular 15,000 kilometer service intervals. And I went and I got a quotation to service this car. It's as cheap as 2,400 rand to service. So it's not a lot. And then just another cost to notice that's worth mentioning is tire costs. The tires for this car are 14-inch. As you can see there, mine is particularly on wheel caps, and then the tires are 14-inch tires, and then that particular size, you'll be spending around 900 rand or less per tire for replacement, which is very cheap, guys. So I mean, you can just change two tires at the front for about 1 point something, and then go on. In another month, you change the rear tires, and then you're good to go. As you can see, guys, the car is very affordable to run, and it's a reliable car. So far, I haven't had any issues with it. So I hope this review really helped, and peace.